Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Dynamically Spoken, the weekly Guild Wars 2 podcast brought to you by Guildmag. As always, we have Jason and... oh, bugger. Wrong way again. Jason and Ali with us.
One day.
Hello! One day I'll get it right. And today we are going to be looking at the Last Stand at Southsun patch, which is coming up in, how many days now? Well, 3 days when we're recording this. Probably like 1 or 2 days when you're seeing this. As always, though, it's going to be the news with Jason first, so take it away.
Yeah, Last Stand at Southsun coming 28th of May. With this new patch, we get a new dungeon. I believe it's a solo dungeon slash a multiplayer dungeon for the Hunt for Canach. We also get a number of final Onslaught events to finish this Lost Shores thing. Kill the enemies. Improved World vs. World XP, greater World vs. World rewards, infusions and Ascendant gear are being added to World vs. World. We're also making a change to the World vs. World matchup system, which is always fun, and some updates to the PvP arena and spectator mode beta thingies. As well, there's also a number of new Southsun Cove rewards and some Southsun items, such as the Fervid Sensor and the Slesserite Cargo Shell. Definitely said them right. We also got a new piece of lore on Canach's story, an after-hours meeting that's on the Guild Wars 2 website, and they also talked about some API developments, whatever API is, don't call me a noob, on the forums. Finally, a couple of new gem store items. I've just got a link here with them. Mobile Crafting Station, Mobile Mystic Forge, Black Bear Cub Mini, eh? And last week, you can get the Braham and Rox weapons. So go buy them. That was the news.
Yay.
You sound so...
I just have to say I'm taking deep breaths to keep in my fangirl spewing over that little kitten. Don't bring it up again, otherwise I won't be able to keep it in.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
So anyone's watching, they're probably thinking, is that even real? Because you just go like that. It's just like a black ball of fluff.
They have to pay if they want more. I'm sorry.
Pay for Jason's pussy.
Are we allowed to say that?
Hold on.
No, just
That's
it.
not getting put out.
Damn.
Right, so the first thing we'll take a look at then is the story behind the Last Stand at Southsun. So on the 28th of May, we get a new solo dungeon, a new solo story dungeon, and there's also some. Is that like an event, the big monstrous threat thing, like a one-time
I
event?
can't tell if it's it's not a live event, it can't be, but I guess it's just a repeated event. Or maybe it will only...
Yeah, I think it'll be a repeated event.
Yeah, it has to be. I can't do that again.
But then again, we called that it would be, I said that it wouldn't be instances for the Flame and Frost, and they threw that in my face.
Didn't they say, I might be making this up, but somewhere they were moving away from one-time events, or am I imagining that?
Well, I think they were because their servers can't handle it, I don't think.
I think there's way too many complaints. I think last episode we had a big conversation about moving away from it.
So the new dungeon, I actually liked the last dungeon they did, but Ali, I know you kind of weren't as much of a fan of it.
I was... everyone who sees me about Guild Wars, my meter is up here, and that's generally with Guild Wars all my things meter, and then this one just sunk below what my average was, and I was just
I thought it was great.
So I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it'll be better than the last one, or is it another wait and see thing as always?
Yeah, I think the solo one will be very because you don't want to put really impressive things in for people by themselves, because you want to share impressive things. You want to go through dungeons together and go ooh at things with your friends. And I think the solo one is just purely to put out the story for everyone, so everyone gets what's going on. But I think the group one will be impressive because they added this magical word that I absolutely love, which was challenging, and I'm so excited about that. So.
Yeah.
I feel like they also might be catering to the people who, because I have seen, with the whole Zaitan dungeon at the end of the game, people who literally haven't finished the game because they hate dungeons. I don't know why, but they won't even do one. So maybe this is an attempt to cater to them, because I know a couple of them have been complaining about it. So I think it's like dealing with both worlds. Both worlds.
Just on that note about that, have you guys actually been following the story, and did you read the After Hours with Kanek?
No.
Not yet.
I have
However,
to say, you're going.
I am planning to, because the fact that they've put it out before his actual event is good, because I've been asking them to do that for ages.
They're listening
Because I
to,
feel like they keep giving us characters, showing us their stories, and then not telling us about them till a couple of weeks after.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, it just made me annoyed that their only one other story they put out was about rocks, and we all know my feelings about rocks. Anyway, but the story is really good. I really thoroughly enjoyed it because it wasn't all like PG-13. It really had like a darker side in it, and I won't say anything because I know you guys still want to read it, but it is really good, and I really enjoyed it. Looking
forward to it.
I think that was just like a public service announcement, a PSA saying read the story because it's actually very good.
All right. Anything else to mention about the story aspect of the patch then?
Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
It's probably the patch that seems to have hyped me up the most, to be honest. Just seeing the words they've used, the last stand, and the whole story with Kanak. So I'm just looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
Or how it ends, rather.
Yeah. I've got. To
I
admit,
like how.
Go on.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I've got to admit I have enjoyed all of the South Sun stuff more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's been very nice.
For sure. I have to admit, I really enjoyed that they haven't gone like really like clear cut. Ooh, these guys are good, and ooh, these guys are bad.
Yeah.
Kill them, get them, boys. They kind of like. Kanek is obviously evil, and the Consortium is obviously evil, and obviously the good side would be just the settlers, and who it's very kind of. It feels very natural. It's not like we're being forced into this kind of. Narrow corridor of what we're meant to believe. We kind of make our own decisions.
Well, yeah, exactly, because it's a real contrast between we're fighting the dragons because they are evil. There's no other like, are they doing it for some other reason? But with the Consortium, it's like, are they necessarily evil? They're just, they are a business. They're just trying to make a profit at the end of the day, and it's up to you to decide whether or not
They're
that's
leeching off us.
necessarily like, a bad thing. So I really like the direction they've gone in that it's not necessarily you're fighting it just because it's there and it's bad, and you're being told that. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I have to admit, on COT, someone brought up that they thought the Consortium was RenaNet's analogy for NCSoft. And they were saying that they don't like what NCC. Yeah, I was like, guys, you don't want to piss off NCSoft, and I'm pretty sure ArenaNet wouldn't want to piss off NCSoft. So
I feel like to an extent they have a good relationship, though.
I do. I think that
with
they
all the
don't
time they
quite...
gave them with launch and stuff.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely an issue with money. Not the best, but still. I think it's a good working relationship. So that's why I don't agree. But some people have pointed out that they have made it sound a lot like money-grabbing NCSoft.
Yeah. Right then, so there's a lot of changes coming to World v World with this patch. I haven't since actually like the Flame and Frost updates to World v World. I haven't played it, so I'm not very knowledgeable about this. So I'm just gonna let you two hopefully guide me through it, but we'll get there.
That's a guilty schoolboy face. Like, I haven't done it. Dog ate my homework.
So first of all, new improved world XP. Ali was explaining this to me before the show. So do you want to do it for a second time?
So basically, what the World XP thing is, and I'm not pretending to be an expert. I'm just explaining it very simply for layman terms, for people who don't know. Is basically it is when you do things in World versus World. For example, if you kill enemy players, or you take over outposts, or you do certain things like killing Doliacs, you'll get points, and these points will accumulate and go into your World XP bar. And in your World XP bar, it slowly ranks up, and it's a lot like the PvP section where you go up by ranks, and I think every 5 World XP levels you go, you get a new rank or something like that. And at the end of each level, you get a chest, and there can be all sorts of wonderful things in it. There's even said to be a precursor in it, so that's like making a lot of people being really excited that they could possibly get a precursor from World versus World. And so, yeah, that's just basically what it is. But one thing I absolutely love about it is when you level up and you get new ranks, you get new titles, like in PvP, you know, you get new titles. But it actually shows to the enemy. So when you're running through, instead of like, for me, it would be Tarnished Coast Invader normally, but if someone on my server was someone higher, they might be a Tarnished Coast Raider, or they might be a Tarnished Coast Gladiator. I don't know what the other ranks are, but you have different ranks. So you can basically judge how good they are and what rank they are by their title. So, like, if you're an invader, which is level 0, and you see like something like a assaulter or a raider, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going now. Hide. Yeah, so the World XP thing is just basically giving a sense of progression to World v World to. I'm gonna go with
pronunciation.
Yeah, there was a guy who wrote a World v World post, and he called them Wovers.
Yep.
And my favourite thing that came from him was, I'm not, what's it called? I'm a Wover, not a fighter, or something like that.
Let me get the guitar out.
But anyway, it's really good system of progression for Wobbers who don't want to do the PvP section, and they want this sort of feeling of like progression. If they're really good at it and they're really kick ass, they want something to show, so they've got a title and they're getting extra loot from it. So that was my long roundabout explanation of what World XP was.
Very good.
I quite like the system.
Yeah, it's long overdue.
I definitely want to play it now. I'll have to find some time.
Get in there.
So another thing they're saying that's coming is infusions and ascended gear for World v World, which are going to give your character special World v World bonuses. Do we have any idea what they might be? Because
I'm not sure, but they can't. You know, the big thing about infusions was AR, and so they have to bring out new ones because you don't want AR in World versus World. So I imagine there'll be something like extra damage against Doliacs or something like that.
Yeah. I was going to say something I've just completely forgotten. So let's move on.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. So we are getting new South Sun Cove rewards. A mini Reef Rider. What else are we getting? Some amulets and rings and shizzle, I think. I haven't read. You can tell I'm prepared.
Yes. If you want to find more information about that, this is to the viewers. They're on the Guild Wars 2 Facebook page. They've actually put pictures up of like all the cool new stuff. Some of it, like the fervid sensor skeleton tentacle bits, they're, you know, that you've already seen them before, but if you they actually show you what the stats are of the Settler's Amulet, and they also show you what the Reef Rider Mini looks like.
So we were saying before, we think this is kind of encouraging farming a bit, especially for like the Reef Rider, which is kind of going against their original philosophy of not really wanting to grind for much. I mean, we know that's kind of definitely gone out the window since launch, but it's quite an interesting point, I think. Just
yeah.
I think one thing a lot of people forget is that while Guild Wars made it sound like grind, what they actually, like, they said that they're throwing it out the window, they grind out the window. What they should have said, which wouldn't have hyped the game up so much, but what they should have said is, we're lowering the amount of grind.
Yeah.
Because if they got rid of grind completely, what's the point of playing the game? What's the point of trying hard to do dungeons? What's the point of doing this and that? They were just trying to say that you get rewarded more for your time, and there's you don't have to grind so hard to that's the word, grind so hard, which sounds really bad when you say it multiple times. But you don't have to work so hard to get what you
Just
want.
hit Rohan.
So yeah, it kind of, the way you said it sounded like it was like, oh, they've thrown out the window. You're not sticking with their certain things. But I kind of think, I don't like the fact that they're making us go for these sort of things, but at the same time, I understand where they're coming from. You need to work hard to get what you want.
I was watching like a video a few days ago, I think, and it was of someone doing a guide of how to make money in this South Sun Cove thing. Because you get that 200% magic find thing. And I think he got up. Well, let's see if I can find the video like in a minute. But he got up to like a ridiculous amount of gold per hour just from farming, like doing one path, farming some of the events in the young carcass. And I just thought it was quite interesting. I'll find it and put it in the show notes for anyone that's interested. But you needed like a lot of magic find stats on top of the 200% you get. So I didn't end up doing it because I just thought I can't be bothered because I don't have any magic find gear. So I was
That seems to be the way most of us act. It's like, wow, a really good way to make money. I can't be on.
because you needed like basically magic find gear on everything, and I don't have any of that. So it's like I have to invest all this just to then go and make it back. So it's like, but for those who do have magic find gear, I imagine it's a really good way to make some money.
Should have told me about it.
Interesting thing he said during that video was it's not as productive as his ore farming. And it's like, wow, how much money? Like, I go to ore, and like the way he makes it sound like he just walks into ore, and like, I don't know, zombies throw money at him, and like their heads explode with coins or something like that. But when I go there, I don't really see it. But obviously, there's a really like certain mindset you have to have certain gear, certain class,
Yeah.
It's the same as being a doctor. I could be rich if I want to. If I went to medical school, studied for 5 years, and then did 10 years, I don't know, doing something else, I could be rich.
Yeah.
I could be bothered.
I'm not much of a farmer. The most I do is COF path 1 and 2 now and again. But, so I'm poor.
I don't think having got my COF armor set before they actually made farming armor easier, like at launch, I don't think I can ever touch COF again. It was such bad that it's just I've done it about 50 times, and every time I go in there, I have nightmares.
One thing we haven't talked about is Colin Johansson on the legendary precursors that you just want to mention. Do you want to explain that again? Because you know what I'm like.
I feel like I've just been talking so much. I'm like,
this will be the last time, I promise.
I feel like, oh god, they don't come to this podcast just to hear me.
Colin Johansson wants to make getting precursors like a quest chain, which is cool because you're cool. It's Ali.
I'm sending it to Skype. Just like, basically, he said that a lot of people are still concerned about the precursors, and they're still really concerned that it's such a big grind, and it's on the wishy-washy magic toilet, mystic toilet. People really hate doing it that way, and I totally understand. I didn't get a Bifrost simply because I don't want to have to pay the money for a precursor. It's a ridiculous amount of money. Anyway, moving on. So he said that I'll just quote what he says. We plan to do new legendary. We plan to do new legendary weapons.
I think I've lagged. Hang on.
Oh no. There we go.
That's good.
Your explanation of that, I lagged at the start of it again.
That's good. No, that's good because that was a really crappy beginning.
Okay. Do you want to just explain legendaries again?
Alright.
Oh, this podcast.
Okay, here we go. So basically, Colin Johansson just talked about about legendary weapons and how to get precursors, because a lot of people are very frustrated about gaining precursors. And, the mystic toilet being as wishy-washy as it is, it's a lot of stress and frustration for people. So he answered on the forums in reply to someone's comment about it, and I'll just read it out. A little bit of it. We still plan to do both new legendary weapons as well as a clear path on top of current random chance to gain precursors, which players can see their progress and understand how they will work and what's left to gain it. It is highly likely gosh, what is wrong with my reading today? It is highly likely the precursor concept will involve playing very different content all over the game to gather numerous content-specific material that are combined together to make a precursor. So basically what I take from this, but I don't know what other people might take from this, is that it's kind of like this massive quest thing that is involved through the whole game, where you do a little bit of, this and a little bit of that, and it's like kind of, like old-fashioned questing system, like, get me 3,000 PvP rank points and get me, 5,000 gold XP, and I shall put them in my magic cauldron and give you a precursor, that sort of thing. But a little bit more extensive than that. So I like that. I like that a lot better
I like
than,
it.
Yeah, as long as it's something that's not random chance, then I'm totally up for it.
Yeah.
It can be as hard as you want.
Yeah.
I'd much rather spend about 4 years trying to get it than random chance, because it annoys me.
Yeah, the thing about random chance is like, some people get it in 2 seconds, but there are those people that get so screwed over that never get it. They put like 5,000 items into the magic toilet and get nothing.
Yeah.
I like that analogy. I'm glad we're keeping it. The toilet.
Magic toilet. Should say mystic toilet.
Right, while we're kind of like on the whole topic of Reddit posts at the moment, there's a few things on it. Models, armor models for. Oh God, I've possible new armor.
Nudity.
Model. Yeah, okay. We'll get onto that in a sec.
Rabid nudity.
Models.
Oh gosh, I spoiled
For
it.
possible new armor sets. There we go.
Yes.
So I will link this on the show notes, but basically, someone's data mined some like new model. Like they're just kind of like frames really of models that could be used.
Meshes.
Yeah, and
They're meshes.
they've got kind of like an anime kind of steampunk kind of feel going on. So my theory was, like yesterday I was saying to Ali, maybe something to do with Dragon Bash, but I don't know if that's too soon to like have them come out. Maybe, I don't know.
I think it probably is.
Listen to this. This is something that was data mined, and it said this is what I thought it was related to. This is the description of an upcoming gem store item. Get serious about school with this 3-piece outfit: pants, shirt, and boots. No additional skills or benefits. Town combat, yada yada. So I think it's a school thing.
School.
With this, that just sounds weird. Get serious with school with this 3-piece outfit. Strut your stuff, inferior.
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking the school outfit would look like Sailor Moon, sort of Japanese anime, and a lot of people are making jokes, and it's this Japanese anime, plus they just recently released the tentacle backpack. So they're making lots of jokes about that, but I think if there was a school in Guild Wars 2, the clothes would look like something like these meshes look like, if you're being lore-friendly.
I'm just looking at the new hair model now with the, like the stars in it. I quite like that. That's quite
I love it. Oh. It's so like, I just expect to put, if that was like real life, I'd put on the hair and then I would be like, kawaii desu! That's what likes to happen when anyone puts on their hair.
Is there anything else I can pick out from that? I'm just like going through it now. Talk amongst yourselves.
Some other gem store stuff that came out. I don't know if you were planning to talk about this later on, but it was basically increase. Oh.
No, I mean, go on. Just
go on. One of the new gem store description items. This is not stuff that's coming in the game. This is just things that they've data mined, and this has come out of it. One of them is increase your collection stack size. Increase the stack size of all your collections by 250, which would be really good because I'm sick of being. What was that?
That's good. They're making us pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah, they would.
It's weird that because it's been like since Guild Wars 1 came out, they've never had that. They've never got it above 250. And I always thought it was some sort of system limitation.
Nah, no way.
No.
Yeah. No, I think someone just has a really like freaky love for the 25. Like everything has like 25 stack, like 25 stacks of bleeding, 25, everything's in stacks of 25 and then 250. So I just think it's just a self-imposed limit, but it's a smart thing to cash in on. You don't need to have collection size bigger than 250, but it's a very smart thing to cash in on.
I'm quite excited for the mini bear cub, to be honest.
Oh, you got the kitten out.
It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be cute.
The kitten's so cute. Next week I'm bringing on my kitten.
Gonna have kitty wars.
Really look at my kitty. And apart from that, there is going to be there's a description about a pinata. Spawn a pinata that will drop candy when destroyed. I really hope this is in relation to the Dragon Festival and it's a dragon pinata and you just whack it and like candy comes out.
Cool. Going back,
Could you imagine if they just bought for this Dragon Bash thing? If they just bought out a model of Zaitan and just like you got to fight him in just like the arena, it's just like, "Hi Zaitan, yeah."
I would love it if it was like clearly like 3 guys in this like safe outfit.
That might be laugh.
Oh, we're having way too much fun. And summer swimwear is. There's a description for that. Swimwear perfect for any beach activity. Hey. So so that's just some of the things that might be coming out in the gem store very soon.
we were talking about those armor models like a minute ago. The helmet thing has looks like nothing to do with the rest of it. It reminds me more of like Predator kind of thing more than.
Oh really?
Yeah. Is it just me that thinks that?
I don't have the picture in front of me, I'm sorry.
If I can sneakily link this without telling anyone in the show. In fact, no, I can't because it'll mess up that. Okay, you just have to imagine it. Oh no, I messed it up.
Alright.
Okay, we're back.
I'm imagining Predator.
Okay. One final thing then is naked characters finally arrived. No, they haven't. It's basically viewing.
Looking far.
Viewing some jester clothing in game makes your characters essentially naked for some of them. And I've got to admit, some of the images.
Viewing some chests.
Some of the images that people have come up with, I think, are just great.
Yeah. It's funny. It's so cute.
It's just some of the ones that are my favourite. You know what I'm on about.
Look how smooth it is.
I actually
see how smooth that is. You wish you saw that.
I just love how like tight the bottoms are. Like they're just like tiny little things, and then like the Azura bottoms. Oh my god, they're so cute. I looked at the Azura bottoms. I'm like, it's like a little baby's bottom. It's so cute. So yeah, they're definitely worth a look. They're not worth a look for any perverted reasons. They're worth a look for just like giggling like little children.
So anything else to mention before we wrap it up?
I think we've got the nudity out of the way now, so I think we're done. That's about the only thing that needed saying.
Yeah. Bring that cat. Don't do it. Don't bring the cat back. I saw you thinking about it.
I'm not. She's down there playing Kitty, and I just got a foot.
Alright, so that's about it for episode 18. Remember, you can always get in touch with us. podcast@guildmag.com is the email address for your comments, questions and whatnot. You can also use the comment system below on YouTube or the guildmag.com website, and as always, the link to our Twitter accounts will be in the show notes, and you can tweet us messages.
You lag it out.
Oh god, YouTube flagged out for me. So that's been about it for this technical mishap with the show. But we'll see you next week.
You should see that from our end.
Just say bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.